Okay. All of our stairs are here, so I probably want to head up to this one, actually. Just slightly safer on the retreat, which I like. Never mind, nowhere is safe. I'm guessing that came from the Zot trap. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Interesting. Ice-themed enemies I should be slightly more careful and cognizant of, but just gonna go full steam ahead here, and maybe we're fine. In fact, it seems like it. Okay, dimensional bullseye on the wrong target there, but that's fine. Holy moly. Well, an interesting little entrance and a ziggurat gate just in the middle of nowhere? That's a bit strange. Oof, what hit me there? Bolt of cold. You know, sir, if I'm being completely honest, I forgot you did that. Well, I guess we have to fix our rings once more. Oh, geez, man. Maybe I have to just take this ring off permanently. Let's see, it was giving us Slay, which is nice. The Fly was okay. Situational, of course. I would like it if I just had more sources of cold resistance and I could instead make up for it in that way. Unfortunately, not so much. So maybe that ring just becomes off limits for me. Instead of the strength int ring, I could just wear positive energy here as well. Can also check in, I guess, any other spells now that we're a little bit deeper in and starting to hit the wall. Is there anything else I'd want to bring to the table? Like, I mean, a radiate would be nice for sure, but uphill battle to get that ready. Kind of. I guess I'm already in the boat of let's just turn on some of our skills and leave them on until the end of the run, so it's really not that much more work to start focusing stuff instead. With the will to resist will still be irresistibly blinked a shorter distance. I'm gonna learn you. It's not as low of a failure rate as I would like for an emergency button, but that might be able to cover our bases for the short period here, or for the short term, I should say. And then let's train some conjurations. Let's see how long that takes, shall we? As long as we can remember to check in on that at some point in the future. And no, sorry, many eyes. Please forgive me for I have sinned. And okay, I don't have fire resistance. Let it be known far and wide that I do not at this moment in time have that fire resistance. In fact, this is once again very quickly cascading, and I don't like it. So, oh shoot, that's not what I meant to do. In fact, that's a bit more along the right lines. Spring Berserker is severely wounded. Love to see it. If we can just get one more shot to go through. I guess I probably have better accuracy like this, right? Okay, I was about to say if this buddy doesn't die in the here and now, we might be in trouble. And for different reasons, we might be in trouble. Okay, but they at least can't cast spells. Maybe this is just butterfly mania. We are truly just burning through any kind of consumables that we may have saved up prior to this point. Oh, another Spriggan in the back. That's not who I wanted to see here. Well, in that case... Alright, no shot do I paralyze you, so let's not worry too much about that. And in fact, I probably don't really want to use up too much of my stuff here. I'd rather... Oh, no. Frederick, what kind of spells do you have? Plasma Beam, Bombard, oh, just a little bit of this, a little bit of everything, really. Fantastic. Love to see it. Super happy about that. Let us... Maybe I haste. It's gonna feel bad in the short term here, because the teleportation is gonna feel like it takes an eternity to activate, but that's fine. Maybe I Evocable Blink, and I hope it takes me... Wanted it to take me the other way, but that's fine. What else do we have at our disposal? We could Dispersal. Okay, that does get Frederick off my back. Well, oh, I did not mean to do that. Accidentally using Jinx Bite, which we haven't even touched in like the entirety of this run. Okay, there we go. Take another deep breath here, at least for the briefest of moments, until we're inevitably overrun once again. Hello, my friends. I like this area slightly better, though. It feels more contained in many ways. Okay, I have Cold Vulnerability. So that Lich could have very quickly turned the tides there and put us back into a state of panic. Oh, you did not eat the Demon Whip, my friend? Are you okay? Are you feeling alright, Slime? You've barely touched your Pain Whip. Okay. Still slightly better off here. Let's continue focusing you and let the Dimensional Bullseye do the work otherwise. Oh, man. These Tengu Reavers are a big problem for me. Just because I don't have very dynamic resistance. Or a dynamic set of resistances is maybe the more correct way to phrase that. I mean, for now, I guess I can just do resistance. And what do I do with the rest of you? Don't know why we're just constantly collecting quite the crowd. Oh, I failed to cast that, didn't I? Oh, now we have minus Telly and minus move. Well, do I just turn into a tree? Can't move anyway? That's probably not the right answer. Oh, me oh my. Well, I'm gonna haste first and foremost. Invisibility, I don't think behooves me here. No, in fact, everything around me can see invisible. Great. I'm trying to think of what gets absorbed by turning into a tree. I think we lose our main armor, unfortunately. So we go back to potentially being in cold vulnerability mode, which is less than ideal. Could swap out my crossbow, actually. For the Arbalest of Draining. Maybe I should, actually, at this point. if I survive this fight, I may enchant up my draining arbalist and switch over to that a bit more semi-permanently. But actually, Oozomancy is not bad here. At least we have a body between us and the Reaver, and they're still able to attack, so they might just keep poking us with their halberd. Which, even though it's freezing brand, is still better than a lot of the alternatives there. Much less damage output at the very least. All things considered. Oh me oh my. I'm gonna try and drink a curing. Okay, that does actually bring our health up a decent amount. What's the scariest thing here? Tentacled Monstrosity. Let's copy that. Copy that 1-9er. And then maybe I acid this way. Just try to take these two out as quickly as possible. You know, yeah, one more time with feeling. Okay, that actually is kind of working, which delights and terrifies me. But I can dimensional bullseye on that son of a gun and take them out in due course. Holy. And somehow, by some miracle, still continuing to survive. Okay, this is... Oh, whoa, I didn't realize this whole thing just opened up like that. No wonder we were facing the might of 1,000 lifetimes. Well, in that case, I guess just keep shooting at the Spriggan in front of me. And Frederick, we meet again. 4% chance to paralyze you. I mean, it would be pretty sweet if it did work, but probably just want to start shooting, right? I mean, Jinx Bite, what do you actually do for me? You do drain enemies, right? Minor damage and are drained. Is it worth it to lose my willpower? Probably not. I mean, regardless, Frederick here is gonna hit like a bit of a truck. Hit like a truck. So anyway, I just started blasting. Okay, Bite Potion is just melee attacks. Wanted to confirm that. I was pretty sure. But it's times like these that you desperately cling to any potential futures, regardless how futile they may seem, rather. Okay, if I could just hit you with acid. Okay, that's a good start. I was hoping that Dimensional Bullseye would actually just take care of your friend, but that's fine. An Orb of Light, no thank you. And that's more like it. One-shotting a Deep Elf Sorcerer from across the map. Now that's my kind of dungeon crawling. Okay, I doubt there's going to be anything left in there. I'm guessing the slimes kind of had their field day with it already. So let's enchant up the Arbalist of Draining. And is it time? 53 to 51. Lose a little bit of additional damage as well. Deals an additional 1/4 of any damage that pierces the armor. Flat 2 to 4 and weakens them. Let's try it out, shall we? Oh, that's a fun introduction target. You know what? I guess that's where some of our translocation magic does come in handy. Okay, we can get Dimensional Bullseye supplying some additional work in the background. I'm tempted, can I even wear these? They're probably a bit too heavy if I had to guess. And they actually don't even give us that much additional armor class, so let's not worry about it here. Ooh, we have fun here, folks. Another artifact slail. Holy moly. Yeah, unfortunately, Floods was on cooldown, and we don't have any Scrolls of Silence? Am I just blind? Can I not read? No, I don't think we found any old game. Or we used it very early on for some reason. No, it's still un-ID'd. Look at that. So yeah, those mages are going to be sneaky sons of guns for the foreseeable future still, unfortunately. You know what? Let's keep the dimensional bullseye going here. Supplying some supplementary support, as it were. I'm down to minus 12 corrosion. It's not great, but that's survivable. Perfect. Oh, Slime's Aethymal, almost assuredly. That's a great point. Something I'm too easy to forget. Well, let's just once again use translocations there. In fact, we're at 24. I mean, let's see. Irradiate is starting to come down as we've gone up to 5.5 conjurations. I probably should train some more translocations. I should remove the failure rate from dispersal at least, because it has been saving our life in, day out here. So let's train that to 14. Screw it. Let's just turn on every skill at once. Why don't we? Now, May Fighting and Evo can come off actually while we kind of target down the rest of these. Oh my gosh, finally another scroll of blinking. It's a gosh darn miracle. Okay, and Juggernaut, even in a slightly more straightforward tete-a-tete there, still able to take care of them, so that is fantastic. Okay, I'm not currently cold vulnerable. Oh, because I switched off from my artifact Arbalist. Turns out that Arbalist probably should have been traded out a bit sooner. Might have saved me a whole lot of headache across the board here, but that's fine. We made do with life as it were, and it worked as it was. But beautiful. Hoping that the rest of this is a little bit more on the straightforward side. Let's peek at what the stairwell looks like above. It's not great. So as soon as I have two friends next to me, that's probably go time. And let's actually just head to what's behind door number 3. Jivya played around with your mutations just now too? They did. It's funny how I kind of just ignore it for the most part. I should be checking in, but because they're always good, it's like, I'm not going to concern myself overly much. We still have clarity, which we've had for quite a while. Same with the willpower and the robustness. That's all great. Melee attacks, unfortunately, not relevant for us here. Got some more stealth back, potentially. I'm honestly not too sure. The state we were in prior to, and therefore can't really judge overly much where we're at now. You're mighted and hasted, which is a problem, my friend. But fortunately, you decided to make way for the other enemies, which are all way more manageable, in my opinion. Huh. Hellbeast. Stronger than I was expecting, actually. How about that? Let's take you upstairs, my friend. Perfect. And we can check in again. There we go. Dispersal down to 9%. Love to see it. That's perfect. In fact, that could mean that this only has to go up to 13. And then we can focus on conjurations and potentially getting irradiate, though it kind of contradicts the investment into dispersal in some way, shapes, and form. But that is fine by me. Stop, drop, and roll. Beautiful. And let's see what else the final depths floor brings to bear against us today, shall we? Oh me, oh my. This is where Oozmancy probably would have been a good idea earlier in the encounter, but I mean, turns out not the biggest deal one way or another, so that's fine by me. Holy moly. Okay, our bolt just pinged off the flesh of that gargoyle. Your attack is not very effective. Great. You know, in all seriousness, not too bad still. And then we can dimensional bolt on you so that we can just fire at those kids in front. Fantastic. Yeah, where the heck were all these draconians coming from? Because I'm guessing that's our Zot entrance. They were definitely just coalescing out of the freaking walls, it felt like. There we go. Dimensional bullseye coming in to help us out with the summoner. Love it. Hey, Brain, how's it going? And there we go. Things are definitely starting to coast once again here, which is equal parts great and worrisome, if I had to put a label on it. So, I think our Radiate is still potentially a solid bet for us here, just to have some kind of backup plan. In fact, it could pair nicely actually with Dispersal, where we get surrounded by enemies, we irradiate twice, build up our contamination, Dispersal to scatter them all, take pot shots with our crossbow, and then hopefully by the time they're back in range, especially if all of them somehow survive that, we have Irradiate back up and able to be cast. So maybe there's some kind of buried synergy there. But it's Conjurations and it's Alchemy, right? Alchemy is the other school, I think, for that spell. Oh, and we're actually really good at Alchemy, so I maybe could have taken that approach first. Okay, and I was ready for Dispersal to, in the end, be much more relevant sooner than expected, but fortunately, seemed to go right there. And okay, confirm that it is Alchemy. It's also coming down. Doing well, hope you are too. Yeah, I'm doing okay for sure. Yeah, life is always interesting, but it is what it is. Hades 2 is sweet, by the way. I've been very tempted to get it up. I'm kind of stuck on what I want to do for Hades 2. Because some part of me wants to stream it. Because Hades was the first game that I streamed. And definitely holds a very soft spot in my heart. Okay, do you know what? We need to do something to take care of you, my friend. Holy cow, you are a problem. Don't really want to waste any consumables. This is where I actually trained some maces and flails. Probably would have been nice. Or if we had Irradiate now, that would be lovely. 8% for us to hit. Yikes. I feel like it couldn't have been that bad for all the previous ones, right? We somehow murdered them with crossbow bolts. Interesting. B2 Hades brought you to Twitch. Exactly, yeah, so I'm tempted to, but at the same time, it would very much restrict the amount of playtime I got into Hades. Especially since there's kind of a reason why I dropped off for my second weekly stream, and unfortunately, life hasn't changed much in other ways to really facilitate the re-entry of that additional time slot. So I don't know what I want to do. I could potentially do both, or at least start it off on my own and then still have it as a potential future option if I do end up finding some time to slip in an extra stream. I also don't know if there's actually any interest in others for watching it. Because I know that this is generally all that I've really focused on in the last while. Immersion but no pressure, though. I appreciate that. You know what? We shall see. Maybe I will slip it in sometime. It would be a lot of fun. I definitely want to play it, though. That much is very, very tried and true and straightforward in my mind. So at some point, I will have to give it a go. I like to hear that you are enjoying it, because you are very much a trusted opinion when it comes to Hades. But okie dokie, where do we wish to go now in this run? Am I ready for Zot? It doesn't feel or seem like it after how Depths has been treating us the last little while here. I guess even just going somewhere else for a little bit of experience might be worth it. Specifically, I'm thinking like head to elf just long enough to get irradiate fully up and running. And then I at least have my full strategy, you know, in motion, fully operational, as it were. I just wanted to check in on the time, not because we're necessarily at the end here. I think one way or another, we're going to be ending this run today, and we'll see how that goes. But I did run out of beverage here, and I think we'll still be in this run long enough to warrant